O'Donnell.
Leader, as you know, last week the Taoiseach met Pat Finucane's wife Geraldine and their son John and unequivocally supported the family's demand for a public inquiry into the murder of Pat. In this chamber, the Minister for Foreign Affairs endorsed that government support, and the Seanad unanimously supported the family's call for a public inquiry. John attended the Seanad debate and he spoke personally at last week's Good Friday Agreement Committee about the loss of his father and the impact of his murder on his mother and his family. Yesterday, the British government rallied around to protect and defend those in the British Cabinet who sanctioned the murder of Pat Finucane through collusion over 30 years ago. Reacting last night to that decision, Pat's son John said, "Our initial reaction is that we are very angry. I would like to say that we are surprised. But what the British government proposed to us today was nothing short of insulting. We have waited for nearly 2 years for the government to respond to our Supreme Court victory in 2019. We have been waiting 31 years for an effective investigation into the murder of my father. What was presented today, I think, once again, if we needed another example, we were presented with it today, is that the British government, at every opportunity, will continue to make the wrong decision and will put all of their efforts into ensuring that the truth as to what happened in the murder of my father, the full truth, will not see the light of day. And they are intent on suppressing that truth, and today's meeting confirms that again to our family. To dangle this statement that he is not ruling out an inquiry 31.5 years after my father was murdered, some 9 years after David Cameron accepted that there was collusion, 5 years after De Silva reported, 2 years after the Supreme Court have given their judgment, to say today, quite casually, that he is not ruling out an inquiry, I feel is insulting. We've had police investigations before. We had the police investigation after my father was murdered. We also had a police investigation by the most senior police officer in the UK, John Stevens, now Lord Stevens. The Supreme Court dismissed that as not being an effective investigation. So to sit in a room with us today and present this as something credible and ask for us to support that, I thought it was astonishing and I thought it was exceptionally arrogant and cruel of the Secretary of State on behalf of his government. The Taoiseach, the Minister, end quote, I should have said. The Taoiseach leader, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Seanad with one voice supported the Finucane family and their call for an independent public inquiry. They also have received substantial bipartisan support on Capitol Hill. Yesterday's decision by the British government was cruel and it was crass. Last week, Taoiseach, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and this Seanad sent a very powerful and indeed personal message of support to the Finucane family. That message remains with them today and will help them absorb yesterday's shocking and indefensible decision. Yesterday, Pat's widow Geraldine said, "It would seem to me that there is a lot to hide, so the idea is to just delay and delay and to hope as I get older I will pop my clogs and the investigation will stop. But believe you me, with every breath in my body, I will fight them to the bitter end and I will make them responsible for what they did." So, Leader, we owe it to Geraldine to continue to stand with her and her family in that fight. We owe it to Pat, we owe it to truth and to justice and to all those campaigning for the same. Leader, the Weston Park Agreement has been wilfully ignored. The full authority of the Office of an Taoiseach is being wilfully ignored. The unanimous and unified voice of this Oireachtas is being ignored. The importance that the Irish people here at home and throughout the world put on this campaign is being ignored. The British government are even ignoring their own Supreme Court. And I'm finishing on this. I think the Finucane family and the Irish people must now hear what the government here intend to do about it. As Geraldine put it so well on RTE radio this morning, today is a new day. I will never give up. And we must never give up either.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Eugene Murphy.
Just on a point of order, if you deem it appropriate, just to apologise in advance, especially to the leader. I can't wait around for your always thoughtful responses because of the inaugural Brexit Seanad committee, but I will play it back later. So